Welcome back, everybody, to Sean and Jill See the World. This is the much anticipated second part of our 2 days in Israel on the NCL Jade. Second day started in the port of Haifa, and we went from there to see the town of Nazareth and the Sea of Galalea. Now, what I will say is this day seemed to be a lot more crowded. There was a lot more people seeing these sites, far more pilgrimages as well. Maybe because the names are a little more recognizable. I'm not sure why. Anyway, they started off in Nazareth at the Church of the Annunciation. This here is where tradition holds that the Virgin Mary received word from the angels that she would be giving birth to the Jesus Christ, the Son of God. It is two full stories, both very large cathedrals in their own right. That was the first floor. This is upstairs. Now, if you look around the walls, you can see many countries have donated a mural to decorate the church. They're all a little bit different. Now, they are very strict, almost like the Sistine Chapel. They're demanding silence because it's a holy place, which I can understand. But it did seem a little weird when there was a nun doing the ironing on the altar in the first floor. And here you can see Canada's contribution to the murals. Not very colorful, but a little different nonetheless. Their next stop was at the Church of the Beatides, which was where Sermon on the Mount supposedly took place. Now, it was a fair walk up along the corridor, I guess is the best way to say it, up to a small church. Now, this church was built in the 20th century. The original church was down below the cliff on the shore. It was moved up here because it was prettier. Now, along the way, you can see they've put markers with all the Beatides. So the Beatitudes, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Inside, this is the inside of the church. Very, very small, but again, very important to people of faith. The next stop is a much older church. This is the more modern courtyard that was put on, of course, in order to put in the gift shop. Now, once you pass through the courtyard, past the ancient olive tree there, you can get into the church. This is the Church of the Multiplication, where the miracle of the fish and bread supposedly took place. Here's the rock that the fish and the bread were put on as he fed his followers. After that, we continued on to Capernaum. In Capernaum and the Sea of Galilee, this is where the miracle that he walked on water would have taken place. Hello, Jill. Capernaum is also where Jesus built his synagogue, and this is what remains of it. Now, also here is where St. Peter had his home. This is the remnants of the Byzantine church that was built on top of that. The ruins are still there. You can see them through the glass floor of the church. The church looks kind of like a flying saucer. I'm not sure who designed it. Didn't get it. And as you can see here, there's a big glass floor in the middle. Kind of looks like I said, a flying saucer. Didn't feel all that holy to me. The last stop is back in the port of Haifa, was the Bahai Gardens. Now, these are probably the most beautiful gardens I've ever seen. It is a Muslim sect that they believe in, nature and that. Now, you can only see from the top, as you can see here, and you can see the whole port there. It is a nice city. Now, you can't go up from the bottom unless you're part of the sect, because that is part of their holy training. And I'll see you all next time when we visit the Greek islands.